On the day of the college entrance exam, my boyfriend and I were waiting for his childhood friend. Seeing that it was already past 8:30 and she still hadn't come down, I anxiously suggested we leave first. My boyfriend still wanted to wait, but I dragged him away by force. "You're done if you're late." He had no choice but to leave. As a result, Qingmei, having arrived late, jumped down from the 7th floor examination room. After finishing the exam and finding out, my boyfriend stared at me with red eyes. "Would it kill you to wait 2 more minutes? You killed Ruyan. It's your fault. Slap me right now." The next day, he apologized to me, saying he had been too harsh in his words the previous day, kneeling on the ground and crying as he begged me for forgiveness. We made up as if nothing had happened. After that, we both got admitted to Nanjing University, which became a beautiful story. I thought time would erase the rift, but the accident came unexpectedly. After starting university, I was stalked, harassed, and threatened by a pervert. He spread rumors that I am a murderer, claiming I was jealous of my boyfriend's childhood friend and drove her to jump off a building. He also frequently takes photos of me while following me and leaves them on my desk or in my books, writing in red ink that he really wants to mess with me, even when I just go to the bathroom. My books and seat get stained with liquid. My clothes have also been cut up. A sticky note left on the table says it wants to eat me. I'm going crazy. I was about to call the police, but my boyfriend said that even if I did, they would probably just give the person a warning, which wouldn't really help. Instead, it might provoke them and lead to extreme actions. I compromised, but the other person only became more aggressive. They started sending me harassing messages and even called me in the middle of the night, saying they would come and harm me. I've been tortured into a state of inhumanity, mentally disoriented, living in constant fear of being watched, as if I'd be violated by a stinking, fat pig at any moment. Years later, I developed severe schizophrenia, accompanied by severe insomnia and extreme cowardice. Even the slightest sound or movement would make me tremble with fear. Luckily, my boyfriend has always been by my side, constantly encouraging me, which helped me persevere. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. Finally made it through graduation, and my boyfriend and I struggled to get into a big company. I thought everything was finally over. On the first day at work, a familiar sticky note appeared on my desk, with the words, "You can't run away. I'll be with you forever. If you even slack off a little, I'll devour you completely. The way you slept last night. You were truly beautiful." I completely broke down, screaming like crazy. Insane. Admitted to a psychiatric hospital by my boyfriend. The next day, he came to see me, smiling. "Song Qianqian, how have you been enjoying these past few years?" "I did all those things. That pervert was me. Ha ha ha. Can't believe it. Can you?" My boyfriend laughed maniacally. Then suddenly his face turned ferocious. "You deserve to die. All of this is what you owe Ruyan. I'm just collecting a bit of interest on her behalf. Enjoy your time inside. There's plenty of it. I'll come to see you, you mad dog. Every single day from now on. Ha ha ha." I screamed in terror, but no one would believe a lunatic like me. After that, I went completely insane. When I opened my eyes again, my boyfriend was waiting for his childhood sweetheart, Lu Ruyan. I instinctively felt fear, but quickly forced myself to calm down. "I've been reborn. Why hasn't Ruyan come down yet?" My boyfriend Chen Zai said anxiously. "She should be here soon. Go find her. Carry her faster." I suddenly said. Chen Zai's eyes lit up, but he hesitated. "Can I really do that?" He looked at me. "Of course. The college entrance exam is important. Go quickly." I laughed. Chen Zai was delighted. "Qianqian, you're so kind." He quickly asked me for the fare and rushed back without stopping. "Wait for us a moment." My face immediately turned cold. How could I have imagined that the boy in front of me would be such a mad dog? Taking the money, afraid I'd run off first. Humph. I waited for him to run far away, then waved down a taxi by the roadside, pitifully explaining that I was going to be late for the college entrance exam and had no money. Without a word, the driver kindly gave me a free ride. After closing the car window, I couldn't help but sneer as I watched Chenzei still running around in the neighborhood. Waiting for you. You'll be late for the college entrance exam and end up failing completely. At 8:45, I got off the bus at the school gate, but I couldn't see any examinees. I was so scared that I started running full speed and finally made it into the exam hall at 8:50. All the examinees were already seated and ready for the exam. The teachers had already distributed the papers. Luckily, I made it in time. As for Chenzei, who cares about him? Soon, the bell for the start of the exam rang, and I still didn't see Chenzei's figure. He is in the exam room next to mine and will pass by my exam room. It wasn't until nearly 15 minutes after the exam had started that he finally appeared, rushing frantically. Unfortunately. Why didn't I arrive late? I sighed and continued doing the problems. After the college entrance exam in my previous life, I always checked the answers. So except for the essay, I could get the correct answers almost instantly. I started checking my answers 45 minutes early, when the bell signaling the end of the Chinese exam rang. I handed in my paper and waited at the school gate for them to go home and eat together. But what I ended up waiting for was a crying Lu Ruyan and an angry Chenzei. How can you be so selfish? We agreed to leave together. Why did you go first? I was about to argue back. But Lu Ruyan spoke up first. Qianqian probably thinks the college entrance exam is more important. It's fine. I'm late. But don't let it affect Qianqian's in the top 10 in the whole school. Wait. It's not like my being late is your problem. I was about to speak, but was cut off again. Can a decade of friendship not outweigh the college entrance exam? So what if you're in the top 10 in the whole school? Is Ruyan's college entrance exam not a college entrance exam? Chenzei is frantically blaming me. What a jerk. Brother Zai. It's fine. I'll just retake the year. Lu Ruyan sobbed, wiping her tears, saying it was fine. But she was almost crying her heart out. How much pressure does retaking a year involve? And it's a waste of a year. Chenzei grew angrier. Speak up. Are you mute? Apologize. I saw Lu Ruyan's smug expression, as if saying, so what if he's your boyfriend? He's still siding with me. I sighed. I waited there. But what was the final outcome? Chenzei was taken aback and began to ponder. Lu Ruyan grew anxious. You clearly abandoned us, causing us to miss the chance to hail a taxi in time. I glanced at her and smiled. Would there have been a car if I had waited there? Lu Ruyan replied without hesitation. You could have called a car for us in advance. Chenzei also snorted coldly. Exactly. If you had called a car ahead of time, we wouldn't have been this late. Are you still trying to make excuses? I raised an eyebrow. So why didn't you come down earlier? We agreed to meet at 8:20, but you didn't come down until almost 9. Right. Lu Ruyan panicked and then started crying again. I know Qianqian blames me. It's all my fault. It's all because of this stupid stomach of mine. It acts up as soon as I step out. It's all my fault. With that, she began frantically slapping her own stomach in self-blame. I'll beat you to death. I'll beat you to death. Chen Zilian grabbed her hands and turned to yell at me. Ruyan didn't do it on purpose. This isn't something she can control. How can you blame her? You're so heartless. If she's not at fault, then am I the one to blame? Should I have wasted my own time waiting for her, whose college entrance exam isn't important? Why should I have called a taxi for her in advance? Do I owe her? I didn't even blame her for almost making me late. And she has the nerve to blame me. I said it all in one breath. Feeling quite angry, Chenzei widened his eyes as if seeing me for the first time. How could you say such a thing? We grew up together. Would helping out kill you? Lu Ruyan seized the opportunity and started crying again. Whoa. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have blamed Qianqian for leaving us. I deserve to die. I deserve to die. With that, she started slapping herself. It's not your fault. It's someone else who's too selfish. Chenzei quickly stopped her and continued yelling at me. I never expected you to be such a selfish person. I really misjudged you. I sneered. What kind of people were you when you blamed me and pinned all the responsibility on me? I agreed to leave together, but I never promised to wait if you were late. Did you show up at 8:30? If we're talking about responsibility, you definitely bear the lion's share. Blaming your stomach is enough. How dare you blame me for leaving first? Shameless. Lu Ruyan's face turned pale. I turned to Chen Zai. If you're not going to help me, that's fine. But do you really want me to be late? Chen Zai stammered. I'm not. Lu Ruyan panicked, saying quickly that it would definitely save a lot of time. Could I have taken a taxi 15 minutes early? Do I even have money on me? I asked again, leaving Chen Zai speechless. Seeing Chen Zai's shame, Lu Ruyan burst into tears again. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Qian, you can hit me. I comforted her. It's good that you know it's your fault. Next time, don't always try to shift the blame. We're all adults. Lu Ruyan's face turned pale as she looked at Chen Zai, her eyes reddening. Brother Zai. Just as Chen Zai was about to speak, I immediately cut in. What do you mean, You almost made Chen Zai late, and you still haven't apologized. Don't you know how precious 15 minutes is? Maybe it's even a dozen points less. Lu Ruyan frantically apologized. I really deserve to die. Zai, just hit me. Chen Zai felt uneasy. It's nothing. After that, we took a taxi back to the neighborhood. When we parted and headed home separately, I suddenly felt a chill down my back and turned around abruptly. Lu Ruyan quickly looked away. I smiled. Don't make Chen Zai late again this afternoon. Seeing her leave in a huff, I curled my lip. What a joke. Trying to twist the truth and frame me with a few tears. I'll just wait and see what else you're going to pull next. Just after finishing lunch, as I was about to take a nap, I saw Chen Zai sending a message in the 3-person group chat. Qian, let's go to Ruyan's house to watch anime together. Lu Ruyan also said. It's a perfect time to relax. Are you kidding me? We have a math test this afternoon. I refused. Lu Ruyan started acting up again. Qian, don't stress out. If you're like this, how can we relax? 6 Lu. Are you trying to provoke me again? And Chen Zai even sided with her. Studying a little longer won't improve your grades. Don't you understand work-life balance? Come on. Hurry up. I was speechless. I'm going to sleep. But Lu Ruyan wouldn't let it go. There are still over 2 hours left. It won't take long. Are you still mad at me? Qian. Can you stop being so petty? It's not like you're the one who's late. Chen Zai immediately blamed me. I don't want to be late in the afternoon. Studying a little longer won't improve grades. But relaxing will definitely make them drop. Don't you understand that? I laughed. But then Lu Ruyan said, Qian, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Okay, don't scare me. I'll be unable to sleep. Wail. Song Qian. You bastard. Why are you always picking on Ruyan? What's the point of constantly targeting her? I'm not going to change my mind. Chen Zai immediately rebuked me without hesitation. Are you implying I'm petty? Afraid she'll take you away? I wish she would. How despicable. Go ahead and change your mind if you want. I'm not going to waste precious time watching her mess with outsourced anime. You say you know you're wrong. But if you know you're wrong, why do you keep making the same mistake? She doesn't even know what the damn mistake is. I didn't hold back in scolding her. And what does your insomnia have to do with me? You asked me to watch anime. And now I can't sleep either. Should I cry too? Lu Ruyan fell silent. But Chen Zai was fuming with anger. You've really changed. It's utterly incomprehensible. You've gone mad. Who's changed? You know it better than anyone. Stop bothering me. I sneered. Some people, with poor grades, still want to drag others down. You'd better watch your own behavior. I'm not going to be so stupid as to joke about my own grades anyway. After saying that, I logged off directly and prepared to go to sleep. Not even 2 minutes later, the phone rang. Ruyan is crying because of you. Get over here now. Chen Zai roared. Does crying after doing something wrong make it right? What's wrong with you? I'm the one who should be crying. I dismissed his barking and hung up. Then blocked him. Forget crying even if she died. It would have nothing to do with me. At 2:30 p.m., I arrived at the neighborhood gate on time. And as the clock struck, I was about to wave for a taxi. You're going to run off by yourself again. Chen Zhe's sarcastic voice suddenly came from behind. I glanced at him. Should I wait for the person who slandered me? Unexpectedly, he got even more animated. How can you say that? Ruyan was so guilty because of you that she couldn't sleep well at noon. Lu Ruyan looked pale and weary, forcing a smile as she said, "It's all right. It's my fault. I should apologize to Qianqian." With that, she actually bowed to me. Seeing that I didn't respond, Chen Zhe immediately scolded me. "Why aren't you apologizing back?" I laughed in anger. What does her guilt have to do with me? Why are you scolding her for feeling guilty? If I slapped her and then said I was wrong and felt guilty, would that make her apologize to me? And what's more, I don't even want to talk about you. I'm your girlfriend. And you're not helping me. But her. Why don't you two just get together? After saying that, she flagged down a taxi and prepared to leave. Chen Zhe's expression shifted, and he gritted his teeth. Can't you be a little less petty? We all grew up together. Would apologizing kill you? Lu Ruyan tearfully chimed in. It's fine. Brother Zhe. Qianqian isn't wrong. It really is my own fault. Look at Ruyan. Then look at yourself. Chen Zhe snapped angrily. Apologize now. The victim can't apologize. I said firmly, then got straight into a taxi. Don't bother with these two lunatics. The college entrance exam is more important. You won't get in the car unless you apologize. If you've got guts, just leave us here. Chen Zhe shouted from outside the car window. I didn't hesitate. Master, drive. Chen Zhe was frantic. Song Qianqian, are you really going to take this to such an extreme? You'll regret it. I couldn't hear his regret anymore. The car was already speeding away. 20 minutes later, I was already sitting in the examination room. A few minutes later, Chen Zhe passed by, and I glanced at him, only to see his face cold and stern. Break up. I'd be delighted. If Chinese composition is somewhat difficult, mathematics can be said to have no difficulty at all. In my previous life, I always scored over 130, and after the exam, I would go to the math teacher to thoroughly understand the test paper. Finished again 45 minutes early, as expected. Probably a perfect score. When the bell rang, I handed in my paper and headed straight for the school gate, planning to go home by myself. As for those two beasts, I didn't bother waiting. No need to get scolded again. Unfortunately, being scolded only makes you late, not absent. I had just gotten home not long ago when my door was knocked on. Chen Zhe stared at me with red eyes. Ruyan didn't do well on her math exam and is crying her heart out. Go apologize to her. Her heart out. I sneered, completely indifferent, and was about to close the door. It has nothing to do with me. But the door was firmly blocked by him. How can you be so cold-hearted? She didn't do well because you made her feel guilty. Chen Zhe shouted. I shouted angrily. Get lost. Do you think I should pay with my life just because she felt guilty and jumped off a building? Chen Zhe was furious, grabbing my hand and pulling me forcefully. I don't have time to argue with you. Apologize now, or we're not friends anymore. Let go. If you keep this up, I'm calling the police. I warned. Are you trying to sexually harass me? Chen Zhe froze, staring at me in disbelief. I just asked you to apologize. Was it really necessary? Why are you so stubborn about refusing to apologize? It's not like you'll lose a piece of flesh. I shook off his hand and said coldly, then why are you so insistent on making me the victim? Apologize. Apologizing won't cost you anything. But what about next time? If she suddenly slaps me and cries that she was wrong, will I have to apologize again? Chen Zhe was furious. You're just being stubborn and unreasonable. You were the one being unreasonable first. If you care so much about your childhood sweetheart, go find her. I turned and headed home. Chen Zhe shouted from behind. Fine. Song Qianqian. I see right through your hypocrisy. We're breaking up. I yelled back. You're the one aiding and abetting wrongdoers. You hypocrite. Break up then. Then I was kicked out of the small group, and my contact information was blocked. Ah, perfect. I turned around and deleted and blocked them too. I don't want to have any more contact with these two lunatics. At that moment, I received a text message. Oh, Qian, why did you delete me? What Brother Zay said was just out of anger. Maybe if you beg him, he'll forgive you. How about you beg me instead? I sneered and snapped back. You're a useless mess who can't even manage one bukdo. You even deserve Chen Zay. Wait until he goes to college and meets more outstanding girls. Then he'll kick you out without a second thought. Lu Ruyan was furious. You're the one who's already been kicked out. Don't you dare bark like a dog. Hehe. I'm sure she'll spare no effort to keep Chen Zay, who's in the top 10 of the grade. Isn't this exactly what she's been painstakingly planning for? At 8:30 the next morning, I appeared at the neighborhood gate on time and immediately took a taxi to school. At 8:50, I sat in the examination room recalling answers from my past life, occasionally glancing out the window. It was already 15 minutes into the exam, and Chen Zay still hadn't arrived. At the 16th minute, a figure hurried past. It was him. I smiled slightly. Lu Ruyan. Well done. Soon after, Chen Zay left the examination room in a daze. I almost burst out laughing. Deserved it. Then I focused and continued with the questions. The science section was easy. Data never lies. Finished another 45 minutes early. Easy. After the exam, I walked out of the school gate to hail a taxi home, only to be blocked by Chen Zay, whose eyes were red with tears. It's all your fault. Why did you delete Ruyan? You made her so upset she couldn't sleep until midnight. And because I had to keep her company, I ended up oversleeping. He looked furious, as if he wanted to beat me to death. It's okay, Brother Zay. Qian doesn't think much of a slacker like me. And she might be worried about her own ranking being too low, Lu Ruyan kindly advised. But it sounded more like she was just stirring the pot. I glanced at them sideways. So why did you keep her company chatting? If she goes out and robs someone now, can she blame that on me too? Because I made her feel bad. And you, cut out your little tricks. Stop spreading rumors here. Does his ranking have any effect on my score at all? Unbelievable. Blaming me for staying up late flirting and not being able to wake up. Slap yourself and ask why you stayed up so late. Or slap her. Scold her for why she's dragging you along for the college entrance exam tomorrow. Not letting you sleep. Lu Ruyan was frantic. You're slandering me. It was clearly you. I shouted. What do you mean? You, even if it's me. Would you deliberately keep Chen Zay up late? Are you that foolish? Or do you have some ulterior motive? Lu Ruyan's face turned pale as she looked at Chen Zay. Brother Zay. Stop shifting the blame. You were the one who upset Ruyan first. Chen Zay snorted coldly, standing firmly on Lu Ruyan's side without hesitation. I can't be bothered to listen to your nonsense. Move aside. Otherwise, I'll call the police. I said coldly. All of this is just the consequences of your own actions. Don't try to pin it on me. If you're not convinced, call the police. Let's see if they'll listen to your false accusations. Chen Zay's face darkened, and he remained silent. Lu Ruyan spoke up at that moment. Forget it, Brother Zay. It was me being overly sentimental. You're not wrong. It's just that someone doesn't deserve friendship at all. Chen Zay snapped coldly, pulling Lu Ruyan away as he turned to leave. You've all deleted me. What the hell am I even worth? I sneered. Friendship like this, I don't dare to keep either. After finishing the English exam smoothly in the afternoon, everything was finally over. The homeroom teacher stood at the podium, giving us our final summer vacation safety reminders. Then wished us a happy graduation. I hope you all get into good universities. The classmates instantly erupted in cheers and applause. Only Chen Zay's face looked as ugly as red stone. Lu Ruyan was still comforting him beside him. Brother Zay. Let's repeat the year together. We'll definitely get into good universities in the future. Chen Zay trembled all over, forcing a smile as he nodded. Then let's go find the homeroom teacher to sign up after class. Lu Ruyan said cheerfully, thinking about signing up for a repeat class right after finishing the college entrance exam. How ambitious. I nearly burst out laughing beside them. After the class meeting, I went to find the homeroom teacher to ask about something. And I happened to see Chenzei and the others there. What? You want to repeat the year? The homeroom teacher's expression darkened, and he soon sighed. I told you earlier to stay in the school dormitory, but you insisted on going home. Fill out the registration form. And I'll have you placed in the key class for the second year of high school. Come over for makeup classes during the summer vacation. Lu Ruyan couldn't help but complain. We have to come over during the summer vacation. The homeroom teacher glanced at her. It's the final sprint now. And you still want a summer vacation? What were you doing earlier? If you hadn't been late for the college entrance exam, you could have played all you wanted during the summer. After saying that, she felt another pang of heart, taking a top-tier university candidate. Just like that. It's gone. Unable to hold back, she scolded Chenzei a few times, and his expression turned extremely unpleasant. Lu Ruyan sensed something was off and quickly shifted the blame. Teacher, it's all Song Qianqian's fault. If it weren't for her, we wouldn't have. The homeroom teacher waved her hand to interrupt. Qianqian already told me it was you who had diarrhea in the morning and then talked to Chenzei at night. It has nothing to do with her. Lu Ruyan was furious. This Song Qianqian. How shameless. How could she tattle on me? Then she tried to argue. Teacher, you can't be biased. If she hadn't made me sad, I wouldn't have. The homeroom teacher snapped coldly. Just because she's upset, you have to be upset too. Are you her emotional trash can? Are you useless? Lu Ruyan's face turned ugly, seething with anger but not daring to speak out. The homeroom teacher, however, had no intention of stopping. He looked at Chenzei and said, Don't hang out with those shady characters, they'll only bring you down. Chenzei lowered his head, noticing that Lu Ruyan was on the verge of tears. The two of them endured a long lecture from the homeroom teacher before finally being allowed to leave. At this moment, I walked toward the office. Are you here to laugh at us? Chenzei's face darkened. Lu Ruyan also cursed. How despicable. What's more despicable than tattling? I sneered. Blame shifter. If I were you, I would have knelt down and confessed to him long ago. She stormed into the office, fuming and stamping her feet. As she walked out of the office, she overheard their conversation outside the corridor. Brother Zai. I'm sorry. Lu Ruyan cried. Chenzei said it was fine. It's all Song Qianqian's fault. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right. Non-stick pan. Lu Ruyan cheered up. Brother Zai. Actually repeating a year is pretty good. Maybe next time you can get into Peking University. That's way better than Song Qianqian. I shook my head and walked back to the classroom. You're even refusing to let him attend a 985 university. Let alone Peking University. Isn't that right? June's summer vacation is always so hot and refreshing. I'm still at home, enjoying the air conditioning and cold drinks, while those two are about to start school. These past few days, Lu Ruyan hasn't stopped sending me annoying text messages, wildly showing off her happiness. Such a clown. How did you know I went to be a tutor and also traveled? Are you coming too? Wait. No, you still have the college entrance exam. I shot back, angered. Lu Ruyan stayed silent for a long time, more than half a month after the college entrance exam, before the results were even out. Admission calls from Tsinghua and Peking University had already reached our home. They offered me free choice of major and a generous scholarship. It turns out, I scored 725, making me the top scorer in the province. I was 2 points ahead of the second-place student and 40 points higher than in my previous life. Sigh. In the end, I still held back on my score, not daring to be too conspicuous. Soon, the school also got the news and invited me to share my study experience with the junior and senior high school students. I naturally wouldn't refuse and set off on my way. Yesterday, the senior year of high school had already started supplementary classes. Yes. It's that intense. Returning to campus felt so familiar yet distant. It seemed like just yesterday I was still in class. But from now on, I'll rarely be back. Of course, those two will have to stay for another year. Just as I was thinking about it, I ran into them heading to the office. Lu Ruyan warily held onto Chen Zai's arm. Why have you come back? Chen Zai sneered. Did you come back to repeat a year and try to win me back? Don't even dream about it. Lu Ruyan immediately asserted her dominance. We're in a sweet relationship every day, so don't bother us. I was just about to ignore it when the homeroom teacher's stern reprimand immediately came from beside me. Are you here to repeat the year or to date? If you're here to date, go home. Lu Ruyan's face turned pale. And the next second she yelled at me. You actually snitched. How shameless. Enough. My ears aren't deaf. My eyes aren't blind. Do I need someone to snitch? The homeroom teacher roared. Go back and write an 800-word self-critique. Teacher. Didn't we come here to discuss study tips? Chen Zai changed the subject. Lu Ruyan obediently admitted her mistake. Teacher. I was wrong. Let's just talk about studying. If you can't even behave properly, what's the point of studying? The homeroom teacher wasn't about to let it go. Apologize to Qianqian. Lu Ruyan gritted her teeth. Her eyes reddening. I'm not wrong. Why should I apologize? She's just jealous of me and Brother Zai. The homeroom teacher looked as if she were frustrated with their lack of progress. I gave you the chance. But you couldn't seize it. Go back now. Chen Zai quickly asked. What about the experience? The homeroom teacher scolded. What experience? It's not meant for you anymore. I originally thought that since you're classmates and have grown up together, I'd let Qianqian give you some extra guidance and share the study experience of a top scorer in the college entrance exam. But now it seems you're not fortunate enough to have that opportunity. What? The top scorer in the college entrance exam. Impossible. Chen Zai's eyes widened in disbelief. He cannot accept it. Lu Ruyan was also shocked, hugging Chen Zai tighter and retorting stubbornly. So what if you're the top scorer in the college entrance exam? Your character is still terrible. Chen Zai no longer echoed her words. The homeroom teacher couldn't be bothered to explain. Glancing at him. You'd better watch out for yourself. How could your judgment be so poor? After saying that, she led me into the office. Brother Zai. The teacher scolded me. Lu Ruyan whimpered, shaking Chen Zai's arm. But he didn't respond. His face grim as he muttered something about the top scorer. 10 minutes later, all senior 3 students gathered on the playground, where a banner reading 2025 college entrance exam top scorer experience sharing had already been hung above the stage. Most students were excited, except for 2 who seemed distracted. Chen Zai's face was dark, lost in thought. Lu Ruyan was extremely anxious, trying to get Chen Zai's response but failing, and her gaze toward me was filled with even more resentment. After the applause ended, the school rewarded me with 100,000 yuan, and the teachers also received rewards. For a moment, everyone was proud of me. Afterwards, I was about to head home when a roadblock appeared ahead. Can we go back to how we were before? I was wrong. Chen Zai pleaded earnestly. I laughed and raised an eyebrow. Don't you think that's ridiculous? You kicked me, called me a beast. And now you expect me to just go back with an apology. Wouldn't that make me a real beast? But Chen Zai didn't give up. He moved closer to me and said, it was all Lu Ruyan who tricked me. Let's make up. Okay, I'll break up with her. I froze, then sneered. You really have no shame. Lu Ruyan loves you so much. Won't she be furious if she heard that? So what? She's a bad student and doesn't deserve me. Chen Zai said dismissively. Brother Zai. You. Lu Ruyan's voice came from behind him. She looked incredulous, tears streaming down her face. You what you? If it weren't for you, would I have lost Qianqian? You beast. Chen Zai's eyes were red with rage, his voice hoarse and desperate. We could have gone to Beijing together. It's all your damn fault. You were the one who was late. You were the one who insisted on keeping me up all night. How can you blame Qianqian for it? Get lost. Get away from here. Lu Ruyan trembled all over, her face filled with despair. Heartbroken. Yet she glared at me. Song Qianqian. I hate you. Damn it. What kind of twisted logic is this? But I'm really afraid she'll jump. And in the end, it'll be my fault. I even shouted at Chen Zai. You useless piece of trash. Do you really think you're good enough for me? Get lost. Get away from me. Chen Zhe was stunned, his face turning dark. And he still tried to hold on. I walked away without looking back. When you believed that Lu Ruyan conspired to frame me, there was no longer any possibility for us. Seeing no hope, Chen Zhe flew into a rage out of humiliation. So what if you're the top scholar? I'll take the exam next year too. After cursing, he returned to the classroom. Lu Ruyan followed quietly by my side. I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation just now. Chen Zhe's furious expression was exactly the same as when he cursed me after losing Lu Ruyan in my previous life. I couldn't help but think that perhaps Chen Zhe's madness in the past life wasn't solely due to losing Lu Ruyan, but also because he was inherently like this. He was a madman at heart. Things were getting interesting. In the evening, my tutor came back and happened to meet them at the entrance of the neighborhood. Just as they were returning, Chen Zhe begged Lu Ruyan for forgiveness. Ruyan, I was wrong. I shouldn't have been so harsh with you. I just couldn't accept that Song Qianqian, that bastard, became the top scholar. Please forgive me. Okay. No. It's my fault. I'm the one who caused you to lose Qianqian. It's me. I deserve to die. I deserve to die. Lu Ruyan cried out in anguish, her heartbroken words pouring out as Chen Zhe held her tightly. What a great performance. I felt nothing but disdain. Betrayal can be forgiven, but that's just inviting your own destruction. That night, I received a harassing text from Lu Ruyan. You'll never get Brother Zhe. He said he only loves me. He was just trying to fool you in the morning. Didn't tell me you actually believed it. What kind of trash is Chen Zhe? Tsinghua or Peking University? You're not actually bragging about him, are you? I shot back. Stop being so stubborn. You two used to be so in love. I know you're angry, but there's nothing you can do. Who made Brother Zhe fall in love with me? Lu Ruyan was very pleased with herself. Then guess what he would do if I changed my mind now? I smiled. She stopped gloating. Late into the night, she couldn't hold back anymore. Try it. Just said. He loves me so much. She also sent a selfie of herself with Chen Zhe's arm around her neck. And I instinctively felt fear. Bad memories flooding back. Isn't this abuse? Is she really showing this off? For a moment, I felt sorry for her. Why aren't you saying anything? Are you envious to death? Lu Ruyan continued to gloat. Unbeknownst to her, her end had already begun. I ignored her any further. A few days later, I ran into her at the entrance of the neighborhood. She was dressed warmly but looked smug. What's wrong? Are you coming with us to the hotel? I laughed. The neighborhood isn't your property. Wearing so many layers in the middle of summer. I caught a glimpse of the bruise on her neck. Lu Ruyan laughed even more happily, taking off her coat to reveal a tank top underneath. I saw bruises all over her arms, collarbone, and lower abdomen. Jealous. This is all proof of Brother Zhe's love for me. We can never be separated again. You have no chance. She was like a gleeful child who had snatched her favorite toy. Really don't know what pain feels like. I felt a chill just watching. And just as I was about to speak, I heard, aren't you going back to get your things? Why waste so many words on someone who abandons her friends? Behind her came Chen Zhe's light snort, his tone filled with dissatisfaction. Lu Ruyan trembled slightly, agreed, and immediately ran back home. I shook my head and was about to leave, but I felt as if a venomous snake was watching me from behind. I'll come find you in Beijing next year. My whole body stiffened, and I quickened my pace. Find your mother. In September, I embarked on my journey to Tsinghua University's School of Computer Science, carrying the scholarship of 100,000 yuan from the school, 300,000 yuan from the municipal government, and 200,000 yuan from my family. Oh, the government even gave me an apartment. But I didn't bring it with me. And Lu Ruyan, when I saw her a few days ago, she had become timid and fearful, and the bruises on her body couldn't even be covered by thick clothes. She was constantly looking around, her nerves on edge. When she saw me, she was startled and asked if I was some kind of creepy stalker. She ran away in a panic before I could even answer. Poor thing. It seems Chen Zhe has started his sick revenge. After starting college, I occasionally heard my mother mention Lu Ruyan, saying she had gone completely mad. Acting a bit foolish. During the winter break when I came home for the new year, I saw her, and she immediately slipped away. She never even went out. Cold comes and heat goes. During the summer vacation of my first year in college, a few days before the college entrance exam, I saw her in the neighborhood. She was already half mad, as if she were about to go completely insane. On the evening of June 6th, I was walking downstairs in the neighborhood when I heard her crying in the darkness. Say, can you stay with me a little longer? I'm so scared. Lu Ruyan clung tightly to Chen Zhe's sleeve, crying, but he gently said, "It's okay. He won't dare do anything at home. Besides, your parents are here too. Be good. I have my college entrance exam tomorrow." But Lu Ruyan tried to hold him back. But Chen Zhe cut her off. "I can't lose again. I must get into Tsinghua or Peking University." Lu Ruyan's eyes were dim, and after a long pause, she managed a faint smile. "All right, good luck." At 8:30 the next morning, Lu Ruyan and Chen Zhe got into a taxi heading to the exam venue. I was still puzzled by how smoothly things had gone, so I followed them. At the school gate, I saw Lu Ruyan open a bottle of milk, take a sip, and then hand it to Chen Zhe. "Say, cheers. Wishing you a smooth exam." Chen Zhe smiled as he took it and drank it all in one go. I saw Lu Ruyan's lips curling upward, and my own mouth couldn't help but slowly lift as well. "Something's fishy. Chen Zhe, your retribution has arrived." I played around nearby until the exam ended, then crouched at the school gate. Soon after, they came out. "Say, I didn't know the milk was bad. I drank it too. I got diarrhea too, and failed the exam. If you want to hit someone, hit me." Lu Ruyan clung tightly to Chen Zhe's hand, her face pale, eyes red and teary, looking utterly wronged. Smack! She screamed as she was brutally slapped to the ground, clutching her cheek, her eyes filled with disbelief as if looking at a stranger. Say, you motherfucker, you beast, you did this on purpose." Chen Zhe roared hysterically, still pretending to be a damn innocent girl. "Fuck you." Lu Ruyan, her face full of fear, suddenly broke down, clinging desperately to Chen Zhe's leg, sobbing uncontrollably. "I just want you to stay with me. What's wrong with that? That lunatic will kill me. What am I supposed to do if you leave me? You still want to go find that bitch Song Qianqian?" She was in agony. "I won't accept it. You've been playing with me for so long. You can't just abandon me. Whoa, let's go work in the factory together. After all, isn't college graduation just a..." She was slapped to the ground again. "I'm a top-tier 985 university student, and I'm joining NM Factory." Chen Zhe was utterly cold, acting with swift precision and ruthlessness. "Are you out of your mind?" Her face was covered in bruises. Lu Ruyan screamed wildly. "Oh, I've already gone mad. I'm being driven mad by that lunatic. You bastard, why didn't you let me call the police?" Hearing this, Chen Zhe froze, then stepped forward and embraced Lu Ruyan. It's okay. I'm here. Wah. Can we go into the factory? If we go in, we can get away from that madman. I'm going crazy." Lu Ruyan looked up, tears streaming down her face. Chen Zhe sighed and nodded in agreement. She wept with overwhelming joy. But I saw the cold, upturned corner of his mouth. Something big was coming. That afternoon, they packed their bags and headed to Guangdong to work, even skipping the college entrance exam. A week later, Chen Zhe sent back a madwoman. "Lu Ruyan, I don't know either. Her condition suddenly worsened, and she even slashed me with a knife." He looked utterly dejected as he showed the wound on his arm. Seeing the situation, Lu Ruyan's parents didn't pursue responsibility after all. Their daughter had shown symptoms for a long time, and besides, they were afraid of having to pay compensation. Within a few days, Chen Zhe was taken away by the police for investigation. Someone anonymously reported that he had been intimidating a girl for nearly a year and had sent her to a psychiatric hospital. The details of the report were extremely specific. The police quickly took action, searching under Chen Zhe's bed and finding a large number of tools used in the crimes, even discovering a diary. Inside, it detailed all his criminal methods and his pathological mindset. The police also learned about Lu Rui's situation. Upon seeing Chen Zhe, she showed a look of fear and immediately tried to hide. Faced with overwhelming evidence, Chen Zhe had no choice but to confess, because the means were cruel and caused great psychological trauma to the victim. He was convicted of intentional injury and ultimately sentenced to 10 years in prison. On the day he was imprisoned, the sun was shining brightly, coinciding with the start of the school year. I boarded the high-speed train, heading toward a bright tomorrow.